I might just be one of those weird people that loves a deadline. And when it comes to sewing, I feel like it really helps me to plan my projects and keep things moving forward. But man, when I miss those deadlines, oof, it really kind of hurts. So let's talk about my citrus dress and how I missed my deadline. Hi, I'm Madi from Madi Sews, and welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I like to show all of the things that I've made for myself, for my family, for my kid, who's part of my family, stuff for the home, just whatever I'm working on. I like to share it with you guys. And I like to show you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. I also have a blog at madisews.com where I share a lot of details, photos, things like that. So come and check me out over there. So I'm here to talk to you about the citrus dress. Now, the citrus dress is a mood pattern, and it was actually the Sew Your View for October. I know, we're about a week into November, but it's done. So let me show you some pictures, and then let's get into some details. So this dress is actually one of the free mood patterns that they put out every, I don't know if they do it weekly or monthly, but they have a lot of like really nice looking patterns. And this was my first mood pattern that I made. Starting off, it all kind of came together pretty easily. I mean, it was 30 pages that I had to print and tape together. Not a big deal. The one thing that I struggled with was actually choosing the size that I wanted to cut. I've never made a mood pattern, so I wasn't sure just how much ease their patterns have. So what I did was I took all of my measurements and then I compared it to the actual pattern pieces. And that's where I decided to cut it size 18, grading out to a 20 at the hips, keeping in mind that I can always make it smaller since I was just going to sew this up on my serger anyways. The fabric that I chose is this rib knit. It's gray and it has a whole lot of stretch in it, which I felt was going to be to my advantage, especially considering that a lot of people were talking about how the neck hole was too small. Well, I figured that if I had fabric that just kind of like stretched to oblivion, that it wouldn't be so difficult to get my head through it. Luckily, I guess I have a peanut-sized head because it really wasn't that big of an issue for me. Look, if you have a normal sized head, just get yourself some nice really stretchy fabric. Don't get anything that's like not gonna stretch that well because yeah, you're gonna have a hard time getting it through like a little neck hole that's like this big. This pattern also has a fake faux button placket that goes down the side. It's just really a strip of fabric that you fold the edges in and you sew it right down the side and then you throw on some buttons and it looks really cute. I decided not to go that route. What I wanted to use was some interesting looking elastic that I had in my stash. So I had this striped elastic. It's, you know, like a sporting elastic for like waistbands and things like that. Well, I decided that it was gonna look really cute down the side of my dress, so I just threw it on there and kept it going. As I mentioned earlier, I did make this entire dress on my serger. There's not one part of it that I moved over to my sewing machine for. And quite honestly, because I was in a rush to kind of get this done and squeeze it in and not be too late, I decided not to hem the sleeves or, you know, the bottom of the dress, which is fine, it's a knit. I did, however, decide to serge the edges, so let me just give you a good little show there. When it was all said and done and I tried on my dress, it was actually quite big. I felt like I was swimming in it. So I had to go back in and remove about 2 inches. What I did was, I started at my waist, I came in and I removed about 2 inches from here. So I graded out to nothing going down to my waist and left the hips where they were because I wanted a little extra wiggle space, some eating room. And then I also took out some additional space on the sleeve so that way it tapered in. Now the citrus dress does come with shorter sleeves, what I had done was I went in and just extended it to the length that I wanted to, and then I tapered it coming into the wrist area. And really it worked out fine. You know, isn't it funny how sometimes we'll make something and we're like, I don't know. Well, honestly, that was kind of me in this dress. My husband takes the pictures for me, and so we were outside and he's taking pictures, and I remember just kind of like looking back at all of the pictures like, man, I'm not feeling this dress. And I seriously told him, I think I'm gonna go back and just turn it into a sweater. And his response was, why? But I think you look hot in it. Well, honestly, that was all I needed to hear. My husband thinks I'm hot in this dress. I'm gonna wear this dress. I'm curious to know if there's something in your closet that's like that, where you're like, I don't know about this thing, and then someone else is like, that looks amazing on you, keep it. And then you keep it just because that, like, do you learn to love it? Do you just kind of like, go with the flow? Or do you end up getting rid of it anyways? Let me know, because seriously, I'm wearing my dress, and we'll see what happens. I think my problem with this dress is the fabric that I chose. Because it's a thinner rib knit, it clings to my body in ways that I may not necessarily want it to, but apparently it clings in ways that my husband likes. Well, I've actually got a whole lot of other projects lined up, and this year is the first year that I decided that I'm going to be making people Christmas gifts. So I've asked my family and loved ones for items that they would like to have, and they've told me. So I am going to be gearing up for full-on Christmas gift sewing. What does that mean? I mean, honestly, that means a whole lot of pajama pants, some pillowcases, a couple of sweaters, things like that. And I don't know about you guys, but I actually really miss sewing with friends. Look, okay. So if for any reason you would be interested in sewing with me, just let me know. Send me an email at hello@marisews.com, and I'll send you a Zoom link so that way you can join me. It might be fun. It might be fun to hang out. If you're still hanging with me, thank you so much. And please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so that way you know the next time there's a video. Well, until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.